With Halloween rapidly approaching, people are carving pumpkins to make their home look festive. But every year, Sanford says they see a spike on hand injuries from pumpkin carving.
In tonight's Healthier Me, Valley News team's Giovanna Simic shows us how to safely carve pumpkins.
Skulls, ghosts, and faces are just some things you can carve on a pumpkin. But if you aren't careful and don't pick the right tools, you can injure yourself.
At Sanford here, we probably see about a dozen people a year with either severe lacerations, tendon injuries, and nerve injuries.
So what's the proper way to carve a pumpkin? First, pick the right pumpkin.
For picking a pumpkin to carve on, you want something that has a big enough face that you can have some working surface and that the walls aren't so thick.
Then, make sure you have the right instruments to create your design.
Using your typical butcher knife, paring knife, steak knife kind of thing, not a good choice, because when you go through the pumpkins are so hard that you don't have much control and you're likely to stab yourself.
There are pumpkin carving kits you can buy that are blunted at the tip and are safe to use. Then you're ready to carve.
Start with taking the top off the pumpkin, and if you're using your little saw, you can see they're actually pretty quick. You're not going to be any faster with a knife or a power tool.
Once you cut the top, scoop out the inside. Also, if the walls of the pumpkin are too thick, use a scraper to thin them out. But watch out where you put your hands.
When you're doing your carving, don't ever put your hand inside the pumpkin while you're using the tool. Even though they're blunted at the tip, it still doesn't feel very well if you stab through in there. Get your hand on the outside.
Dr. Norberg also recommends you have a towel handy. That way, you can keep your hands dry and have good control on your pumpkin. And above all, have fun. In Fargo, Giovanna Simic, Valley News Live.
Okay, now it may seem obvious, but doctors say make sure you're not drinking and using power tools while carving.
Power tools?
Power tools, that's
Okay.
what they
Some
said,
people
yeah.
use those
Yeah.
to carve
Really?
their pumpkins.
Yeah.
But don't they normally wear
would.
like a hockey mask or
I
something?
totally
They
would. I just don't have power tools in my
okay.
apartment.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.